The Steelers have met with cornerback Cam Sutton. The reports are going around that the Steelers, Mike Tomlin and Omar Khan, had a meeting with cornerback Cam Sutton. Cam Sutton was drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers, was with the Steelers for some years before going to the Detroit Lions last year in free agency. Cam Sutton ran into some legal issues and was released by the Detroit Lions, and now the Steelers had a meeting with Cam Sutton. Don't know, if Cam Sutton is going to face any suspension. No word from the league about that just yet. That may be why the Steelers are doing their homework, just in case, there is no suspension, or if it's a light suspension, So now you have the Steelers meeting with Cam Sutton, maybe for a reunion. I mean, if you look at it, why else would they be meeting with him? If you look at it, free agency last year when he left, Omar Khan said Cam Sutton was a priority. They wanted to get a deal done. They wanted to keep Cam Sutton in Pittsburgh, but the Detroit Lions made a better deal and Cam Sutton went to Detroit. So now, fast forward a year, there's an opportunity for the Steelers to get Cam Sutton back. So, and I think that's just what this meeting's all about, just to see, maybe the severity of the, of what's going on. Just doing your homework. Cam Sutton wasn't the same in Detroit, was he, as he was with the Steelers. When he was with the Steelers moved him around. He didn't play, just one position. On the defense, Steelers moved him around, and he excelled in that because he has a high football IQ. So he was able to adapt to each role that the Steelers put him in and have success. But in Detroit, he's mainly on the outside. So, that might have handicapped his skill a little bit, just putting him in one area where he's just, when his IQ is just Patrick Peterson said that he liked this, that the Steelers gave him opportunity to move around because he has a high football IQ. So, when you know the game like that, moving around maybe benefits you more than just being on the outside like Cam Sutton was in Detroit. So didn't do the same things he did in Detroit that he did with the Steelers. Still helped, that secondary out, almost went to the Super Bowl and things. So still helped out, So if you look at the Steelers as well as the team perspective, they drafted a cornerback late, late in the draft, 6th round. Didn't draft one high. So, they didn't prioritize the cornerback position, maybe because of the Cam Sutton plan. Maybe that was their plan all along. Mike Tomlin made a comment earlier. Not earlier, but, in recent times, saying that he reached out to Cam Sutton after he heard about the charges and said it was nobody's business what they talked about. So they've been in contact with Cam Sutton this whole time. And maybe that's, why they didn't prioritize the cornerback position in the draft. Just making sure they drafted somebody, because maybe at some point there can be a Cam Sutton reunion in Pittsburgh. So that's the latest, with the Steelers or cornerback Cam Sutton. How do you feel about that? Would you like to see Cam Sutton back in the Steelers uniform? Like I said, Cam Sutton did some good things with the Steelers. He moved around. He was a good cornerback, So we'll just have to see how things go. If he's going to get suspended, he had some charges. He had to turn himself in, and police was looking for him and things like that. So don't know the severity of if he's going to be suspended, available for next season, So. But you still got to do your homework, and that's just what the Steelers are doing, just to see if he would even want to come back to the Steelers if things do go in the right way. So Cam Sutton, the Steelers meeting with Cam Sutton for a possible reunion, with the Steelers, which Yeah, he knows the system. He only been gone a year, so come back, plug and play. I think I don't know. It's anytime a player has legal issues, you're always looking. You always looked at in a different light. So some people might not welcome him back if it did happen, and some people may, hey, brush it to the side and say what he does on his time is his time, and what he does on the field is what I'm worried about. There's always a split on that, so we'll just have to see, man. But he was a good cornerback for the Steelers when he was with the Steelers, so maybe a reunion. Me myself, hey, looking at, like I said, not addressing the cornerback in the early rounds, not prioritizing it. I would be on board unless you have somebody else, unless you have somebody else that you may, hey, or you're just putting that much stock in Corey Trice and Rush and those guys. But you can't, one thing about Corey Trice, he has multiple knee injuries, so you can't put too much stock in a guy that had multiple knee injuries, man. That's a lot of pressure, so I believe he's going to bounce back and be good, but you don't want to put it all on him, and you got another guy, Rush, so there's options, and Cam Sutton can be another one, and we'll just have to see how it goes. So thanks for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to get all the new videos. And until next time, I'm out.